We give them different methods of how to communicate with their children. Some parents, they communicate by hollering or, cussing them out, or, there's different things methods they use that really does not capture their children's attention. It kind of pushes them away. And so we try to give them methods that would draw them together, bond them together as parent and child.
It really opened my eyes, and it really helped me understand people, and how me just being there for them, just me there listening and just being there and being a supportive person and just being a friend can go such a long way for somebody. And something like a podcast where people are listening to it and said, "I really liked your podcast. It really helped me today." It just goes a long way. We talked about body dysmorphia, depression, relationships, and other things like social media, how that can play effect into kids and everything, and our experiences with it. And I got to learn some stories about people that I haven't experienced yet, but I'll be open my eyes to that would suck if that would happen, and I see why you think this way now, and I don't disagree with you, and I can see where you're coming from.
Kids are putting too much of their self-esteem and their self-worth into their phones, into what's being said and done online, and they're not getting in front of the people or other kids and dealing with social issues, mental health issues in a healthy way. And Lee's Summit Cares, it's more important now than ever to be able to have Lee's Summit Cares, even with the rich history that we have with Lee's Summit Cares. They're more important now, this organization is, than ever.
We are a voice for students at the Lee Summit high schools to bring up like issues that the school board just might not be aware of, like drugs in the schools. That's a big one we're tackling right now, or like suicide prevention, and just making sure that everybody in Lee Summit who's a teenager feels like we're a part of this community. Parents just don't really recognize that teenagers are honestly working like basically 40 hours a week like they are. We're full-time students, we have part-time jobs, we're part of all these extracurriculars, and they don't see the stress and the anxiety we all have in everyday life. So these programs are just geared to literally like throw it in their face that like, we're struggling, we need help, we're asking for help.
I was once one of the kids that had a mental illness, and I didn't share it with anyone because I thought I was an outlier. I thought something was wrong with me. I didn't understand, no one had told me. And it makes me feel really good that people feel safe enough to talk to me about it, and that they feel safe to tell me their struggles and see if I can help them.
Over the last 2.5 years, we've partnered with LSCares during our drug take-back programs, and over that period of time, we've had an opportunity to recover over almost 3,000 pounds of prescribed medications that have been dropped off at our sites. And if you look back at that, each time somebody drops something off at our site and we recover it, it reduces the chance of a child coming in to encounter that in the household, or possibly somebody that may be addicted, having a relapse and having an opportunity to find those.
We can all remember this when we were teens. They felt like the grown-ups were telling them what was important and what they should be talking about, and they wanted an opportunity to say, here's what we're really talking about. Here are the things that are concerning to us, or the issues that we're dealing with on our own. They actually interviewed a student from a school over in Kansas, one of the Kansas high schools, whose mother had committed suicide, died by suicide, and they interviewed him, and he told that story. And then they went in after that and talked about why it was important for them to talk about these things and why the rest of the community needed to hear them.
I'm a junior in high school. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to be considered by just about everyone to be an adult. You know, I have a voice. I believe a lot of things, and I'm a very outspoken person when it comes to those. So it's good to have an environment where I'm able to express these feelings, these beliefs, that isn't just talking to my parents about some dumb thing that happened with school administration or something. It's a spot where I can speak out that might actually lead to proper change. You know, people are going to listen to a podcast. They're not going to be listening to some kid in his parents' living room talking about book banning or something. But if I do it in front of a microphone, people are going to pay more attention.
how can we collaborate better? How can we pull our resources together? And primarily, we're doing this to help people. Like, yeah, it's great you can get your name out there. It's great to promote your organization, but what are you doing right by people? Are your yeses being yes, your no's being no? So I love that about Lee's Summer Cares because they modeled that and they're true by doing that as well.
The volunteer work, I love cold water. We do it all the time, and even people that aren't in Bronco Smart are welcome to come, and we get to meet a lot of new people. And even the families we help, there's always like a lot of nice people there, and they're always so grateful, and it kind of teaches us to be like grateful for the things that we do have. And it's also like really nice to be able to help provide things for people that don't have them or have access to them, and also like we get to socialize and also help people.
We're gonna give presentations about to like, I think it's 2nd through 5th grade, and we're talking about like fentanyl and vaping and all sorts of stuff. So that way, if you educate them at an earlier age, hopefully it will prevent them from wanting to do those things at an older age. So that way they understand the repercussions of doing stuff like that.